Stewardship with SNB. It's probing.
You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about?
Beckoning on you occupying that public office to give account of your stewardship.
To be that quiet, he's the executive governor of this state and he's the leader and head of our party.
Politics on the menu.
I don't know what will happen. The governor leads, whatever directive he brings, I will follow.
What about the surprises?
Action that I've accepted to follow will be taken for my witness. I will surprise them.
Watch Stewardship at 12:30 p.m. on weekdays. Stewardship with SNB, a new trajectory to broadcast journalism. Join us.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the program Stewardship with SNB, live from the studios of Irish TV in Port Harcourt. We sincerely apologize for bringing the program a little quite behind schedule. It was due to circumstances beyond our control. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid, and today we're going to take a look at the other side of the Rivers political crisis. And of course, it remains unabated because there's no solution in sight. So today we'll be connecting via the telephone all the way to Abuja, where Honorable IKENGA UGOCHINYERE, the spokesman of the opposition lawmakers and the man who represents Idiato North-South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, joining us to talk about all of these political crises and of course interpretations of the appeal court judgment that broke out last week. So on the phone with us is Honorable IKENGA UGOCHINYERE. Honorable UGOCHINYERE, are you there for us?
Yes, I'm here.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
good to be a friend of River State.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, the first question goes like this. Some of you have accused Damagong, the erstwhile, would I describe it as erstwhile, the PDP national chairman, the embattled PDP national chairman, of leading the PDP down a precipice. Is the party faring better now that you have two national chairmen?
Well, the party stability is gradually returning to the party after the removal of Damagu by the National Working Committee. But like I said before, it don't kill people with one stroke. The political evil in PDP is deep-rooted, and we must continue to remain vigilant and fight until we get that consolidation. They are fighting back because they have a contract with APC to ensure that PDP is destroyed, not just in Rivers, but in every part of Nigeria. So we must salute the members of the National Working Committee who, despite the threat, even threats of invocation of their properties, they were able to resist policies of certificate of occupancy of Abuja and stood and did the right thing. So Yayari Ahmed Mohammed is the acting national chairman of PDP. Our governors will be meeting later today, all for the plan to find lasting solution to put PDP on the path of sustainable leadership.
Okay, Honorable UGOCHINYERE, the PDP prides itself as law-abiding party. There are reports that there's a court injunction stopping any member of the PDP from removing Damagong. So what is really happening? Are you defying the court order?
Well, those who believe that by putting injunctions and judgments in their pocket left, right, and center, thinking that Nigerian democracy can no longer be a reflection of the will of the people, a reflection of the power of the people to choose, but based on misleading the court. They find a matter in court in Bonn about removing Damagu. That matter came before there was compelling need from a few days ago to suspend him. As a matter of fact, nobody has violated the court order. The court order is talking about removing him. Nobody is removing him. The party find out that Damagu has been engaged in high level of anti-party activity and suspended him. It's a temporary stop, pending when the investigation is conducted. So nobody has removed him from office, he is on suspension. And more importantly, we need to understand the issues before the court has nothing to do with the recent development where he filed a matter in court against the interests of PDP. And if the matter has succeeded, the 27 pro-Wike sacked lawmaker will be given a legal backing to make a futile attempt again to impeach a PDP governor of Rivers State. So you can imagine a whole national chairman of a national political party betrays his own party, sabotages his own party, and goes ahead to file something in court that will help those who have left his party, those that lawmakers, to remove his own PDP governor. That is the highest level of political abomination in Anarchy.
So all of these,
on that ground, they were suspended.
So all of these confusion and debacle is about Rivers crisis, removing the governor of Rivers State.
Yes, to some extent, because it is somehow connected not with the people of Rivers, but by those who believe that Rivers is their property. By those who believe that democracy in Rivers is no longer government of the people, by the people and for the people, by government and for themselves and for their followers. It is also instigated by those who believe that they cannot be able for the outside political power. And who am I talking about? The former governor of Rivers State, Nelson Wike, who believes that he needs to pocket PDP as a way of showing Asiwaju he can do it, so that Asiwaju will continue to support him. But in all these things, all he's fighting is how does he pocket Rivers State? And is this not the same Rivers State of Rufus Ada George, Milford Okilo, and so on and so forth, the great Rivers State? When has Rivers become a playing field for political children that one individual wants to pocket Rivers because he feels he has money and because he can get judges? So the most important thing, it is in trying to pocket Rivers that they're not trying to pocket PDP for two reasons. One, so they can get the structure in Rivers, get the structure in APC, so that whosoever they support for governor may likely win. That's what they're thinking. And the second one is to make the people feel that they have the destructive capacity to destroy PDP, which is one of the biggest opposition parties. So in doing that, the president will continue to provide them with support. So this is all about one man's selfish political greed. It has nothing to do with Rivers people as they respected their people and tribe. It is about one man that's causing the commotion. That is why you see the whole thing is connected in Rivers. They are trying to bring back House of Assembly members who have been sacked. They are trying to stop Rivers people from doing local government election. They are trying to stop Rivers people from inaugurating them. Bombs is flying left, right, and center. People are being attacked. Arms of government by local government is being brought down. If they genuinely love Rivers, why would supporters be burning down local government quarters for the people? Why are they not looking for injunction to stop Rivers State from receiving LUG allocation and state allocation? If somebody says he's a true Rivers man, how can you go to court that the entire civil service in Rivers, the entire local government in Rivers should be granted to a halt because you are fighting Governor Popala? You now get an order, or you are looking for an order that will now say Rivers cannot receive the allocation. You can see the political madness and wickedness and darkness. In the wisdom,
UGOCHINYERE, in the wisdom of the court, do you think that any court can entertain such motion before it to stop allocation from coming to the local councils?
They have already filed it. They have already filed it at the Federal High Court. These people have no shame. To these people, the half of Rivers State can die as long as they are looking for what they want to get some political control and relevance. They don't care. That is why, because a reasonable man will not go to court. The same Rivers State you people are serving, the same Rivers State you people serve, you are looking for a court order that will not say teachers cannot be paid salary, civil servants cannot be paid salary, politicians cannot earn their salary, contractors cannot be paid. So you want the entire Rivers to slide into anarchy using the courts. That is wickedness, that is witchcraft. And that is the truth of the matter. Because you want to fight Governor Kobara, you feel you can destroy the entire state in order to achieve it. And that's why some of us, we don't need to be from Rivers State to say this is madness that if we don't nip it in the bud can affect other parts of the country.
All right, UGOCHINYERE, Nyesom Wike's name keeps popping up in the PDP crisis. Why so?
I have said it before. His name is not just popping up. He is constituting himself into an unending political nuisance to the PDP. Because, like I told you, he wants to control the political party in Rivers. He wants to control the political party in Abuja and ensure PDP does not have a presidential candidate. Even if we're going to have, we can have somebody that looks like a political amateur for the purpose of helping his master, his paymaster, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu win under. Because he believes that the more he serves President Tinubu, whether by plane to the gallery or not, they will give him the needed state institution to come and destabilize Rivers and fight Rivers people in an attempt to put somebody as governor. This is all about his selfishness. So it's not like his name is not popular. He's one pushing himself there because he believes by constituting this political nuisance, the presidency will give him more relevance and he'll be able to come and make Rivers State ungovernable. This has all been about trying to make Rivers State ungovernable. God has helped them. That's the last 1 year, and Rivers has continued to remain stable despite the dynamite they are throwing up and down.
All right, Honorable Ugochinyere, you are an astute supporter of Governor Fubara. Am I correct?
I think I'm an astute supporter and defender of justice, democracy, and rule of law.
Okay,
if Governor Fubara is the beneficiary, so be it.
All right, okay. So what's your take on the recent appeal court judgment mandating the governor to represent the 2024 budget to Amewule and Co? What's your take on it?
I don't know how many times I will say this for them to hear. Represent the budget before me. Committee of Friends of Yes or Wike who sits in MOA, those guys, are they lawmakers? Let me explain one thing for you.
Please do.
This case they are talking about, this case was a case that was instituted before they decame out of PDP. So whatever was the judgment that Amewule or whatever they call him was speak as of that time is irrelevant now because they have left PDP well before they fight that matter. But when they left, a new action occurred. And what is that new action? Their seat was declared vacant by virtue of the constitutional provision that made that seat automatically vacant when it decame from a political party. Then we need to go and bring another action in court to start it afresh. Whatever is the judgment of the appeal court was based on the actions and events that took place before they decame. Now they have decame. A new situation has arisen, which is that they are no longer lawmakers. How can Governor Fubara present budget before some Umunna gathering in Wike's political kindred? Is it a madman? How can that happen? Under which law? You go and present the budget before those who are not lawmakers. No budget will be presented before those group of people because they are no longer lawmakers. Until the issue of the legality of their decampment is resolved by the Supreme Court, whenever. That's when we talk about the issue of that budget. For now, there's no basis that warrant that. Of course, I believe the judgment. And let me tell you, my brother, this judgment was obtained by the state. Governor Fubara is a peace-loving man. He went to a peace meeting with them. President said, withdraw all matters.
Yes.
Because he has
I was coming to that.
His act is not as corrupt as those who are fighting him. And suddenly he went and obtained judgment for his back, and then you are saying, oh, please.
So what signal does it send when the governor obeyed Mr. President's directive to withdraw the case and others went ahead with it? So what signal does it send?
Well, it's marks of betrayal, it's marks of dishonor by all those who were involved in preaching it. But again, for a man who loves peace, he didn't lose anything. When they go low, he goes high. His character is higher than them. His heart is pure. That is why he believed the president and believed everybody and withdrew. But they secretly went to the back and obtained judgment because their heart is dark. And it is the darkness of that their heart that makes that all the evil that have plotted against the governor, none have worked for till today. It is the governor's transparency and honesty that have brought him to where he is today. So the most important is that the president has seen it, that those he made us trust, those he made us believe that there will be peace and cases were withdrawn, went back and obtained the judgment, which governor was not even a party any longer, having withdrawn. But they just desperately wanted to gain anarchy. But God in heaven knows that this thing was wrong, it was dishonorable, it was obtained by deceit, and it will also be appealed. But having said that, the case itself has nothing to do with the decampment of these lawmakers, which is in violation of the Constitution, for which they have lost their seat as lawmakers, for which Governor Fubara cannot go with your friends and former lawmakers that speaks in MOA and Wike's parlor and present a budget. It's not Wike's budget, it is not Amewula's sack lawmakers' budget, it is the budget of his budget, and it cannot be presented here.
Okay, this case is not ending, Honorable Ugochinyere. It's lingering. In fact, the governor has headed to the Supreme Court. What if the Supreme Court upholds the appeal court judgment? What will happen to the governor? What next?
Without preempting the Supreme Court, like I told you, I said the issues in contention have nothing to do with the present issue, which is that a group of lawmakers left their political party at their own division, and their seat became vacant and okay, Jumbo becomes Speaker of the House of Assembly. That issue is not what is in contention here. So whatever that happens in the Speaker does not take away the fact that those issues have not been resolved and that okay, Jumbo remains Speaker. We will continue it, then we'll fight on that one. If they feel that they are still lawmakers, they should go to court and get a declaration that will say clearly that the camping from one party to another, even when there is no division, is valid. And then we know that that is the new law in the country, and then we will respect that.
The other day I was listening to a senior advocate of Nigeria who said that one does not need any judicial validation to effect the sacking of the defected assembly members. Could that be the reason the Federal High Court is delaying judgment on the defection cases before it?
Exactly, because one, those who decamp before God and man know they have coughed. Let us get this in clear perspective. It was Wike who must have pushed them to decamp at the time to not crisis in PDP, because they believe that when they decamp, we'll get the support of the federal government to come with a political bazooka into rivers and force Fubara from the window. But unfortunately, God Almighty neutralized their plan, and Fubara survived those trying moments. Now suddenly, they have opened their mouths and said they did not decamp. I want to ask Rivers State people, did they say they did not decamp? Did you people not see the day they were singing "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand"? Did you people not see the video on Channel T when Emeka was reading the decampment? Did you people not see them when that political joke at them in APC, they were culture them? They were on a rally where they were receiving and they were celebrating their decampment to APC. But because they are political cowards, they have seen that they have made a big error by campaign when there was no division. They have seen that their seat is not automatically vacant. Suddenly, without shame, they have returned back and say, "We never decamp, we are doing PDP." That is medicine after death. And that is why they are the place they went to Federal High Court cannot deliver judgment, because there's no way you can justify somebody leaving his political party at the time there was no division. So that is why they are delaying it and using all these injunctions and different funny court processes left, right, and center to hang on to power to say they are still speaker. You are speaker of where you are no longer a lawmaker. If we get them, say let them come and debate and allow the court to decide the issue of whether at the time Ambe would have left PDP to APC, whether there was a division. And if there was no division, let the court now uphold their seat, which is already vacant. They are running away from it. That is why you are right. That's why they have refused to discuss that matter, because it's automatic and they are no longer makers and they know.
It's okay. Let me take you to post local government disturbances here in River State. Wike is said to have threatened to stop the commission, the judicial panel of inquiry set up by the governor to investigate the attack on some local government headquarters. Doesn't that presuppose guilt? Why prevent the investigation if you know that you have clear conscience?
What we are doing now, there is to say, the guilty runneth when no one pursues. Nobody is pursuing but still, the same day panel was constituted. One panel was being constituted. It was already on Channel TV with some documents, and then saying that he will go to court to challenge it, even when you have not seen the terms and reference of the panel. And you also remember, look the kind of language this somebody who says the former governor of Rivers, calling the judicial panel of inquiry of that state rubbish and nonsense. When you look at the way he talks, and you ask how did this man get close to the institution of governance in the place. But this is the same person who set up a panel of inquiry that investigated Amechi and Tony Code over the issue of the gas turbine and so on and so forth. And now, even when there was a court order, he still disrespected it and completed that process. Now, suddenly, panel have not been fully inaugurated. Wike is already honestly saying he's going to go to court because he's a master in going to court. Let him go to court. Has he not been going to court since this trial was started and so on? He can run to court. Sure, I would be surprised if they have it in their pocket. Let him go to court, but that will not stop the judicial panel of inquiry into looking into how that act of building was committed. Do you know what happened? An arm of government was bombed and pumped in Rivers. They wanted to pump the entire 23 local government, thanks to those local government chairmen and people of Rivers who resisted them. And they pumped about 3. Burning down an arm of government is treason. If it's in China, Russia, you'll be executed. And then he's on TV, then you go to court to challenge the panel. You can go to Congo High Court and challenge it, but the point remains that because of the high nature of treason that was committed by those his supporters who were against the government, the election, and the swearing in, that matter needs to be investigated.
Mr. Wike dismissed the judicial panel of inquiry set up by the governor as mere rubbish. What do you have to say to that?
See, that's what I told you. This is somebody who is an SPT minister, somebody who is a former governor, saying that it's the mere rubbish. His statement is also the mere rubbish and nonsense. It doesn't any longer. Maybe he doesn't know that has passed down his era. Nigeria has passed down his era. His comments are rubbish and nonsense. And I can tell you one thing for sure, that whatever he's planning, whatever he's doing, the people will continue to stand up against him, because the people of the West cannot allow themselves to be reduced to that level. We are somebody who they have supported in the past, finds himself into the kingdom and wants to destroy every non-institution because he wants to control rivers that does not belong to him or his father. How will he want to do that to his river people, dumb people or what, that he does and run over them?
All right, I can feel the anger in your voice, UGOCHINYERE, but let's make progress still. There was a time a former governor of this state, Rotimi Amechi, went to court to stop Wike from setting up a similar commission and failed. Don't you think Wike might suffer the same fate?
He's already suffering the same fate. He cannot stop the smooth running of government. Government is an institution. Nobody have indicted him. Unless it's something that he's hiding. They want to, okay, are you saying that a group of people who bomb tank and arm of government, which is like a treason, that the state government that owes the people of River State the right to protect their lives and property should not ask questions as to how those criminals, how those outlaws, how those I don't think language use for them went and bought those people. Are they your people? This one you are panicking. Because if they are not your people, you should not panic. Unless if they are his people. So you cannot stop the running of government as an institution, including the obligation of protecting lives and property. Local government headquarters have been bombed and razed to the ground. The governor is under oath, no matter what, to see that panel of inquiry concludes this city. So he will suffer the same fate, because there's no court that can stop such an action, which is very, very critical and important to the welfare of the people.
All right, we'll be talking to Honorable IKENGA UGOCHINYERE. He is a spokesman of the opposition lawmakers in the House of Representatives, and of course he also represents Idiato North-South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. We'll just take a short break, and when we return, Honorable UGOCHINYERE will tell us what are the options to adopt to bring a peaceful resolution to all of these problems. Don't go away as we join you on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Monkeypox or Mpox is an infectious disease caused by the monkeypox virus. It can cause a painful rash, enlarged lymph nodes, fever, headache, muscle ache, back pain, and low energy.
Mpox spread from an infected person to an uninfected person through skin-to-skin contact, kissing, sex, and contact with body fluids, including saliva.
Monkeypox can also be transmitted by sharing sharp objects and also from a mother to a child during pregnancies and childbirth. It can also be transmitted by sharing clothes with an infected person.
Monkeypox can also be transmitted from an infected animal to humans. Contracting monkeypox during pregnancy can be dangerous to the fetus or unborn infant and can lead to pregnancy loss, stillbirth, death of the newborn, and complications for the mother.
Now, common symptoms of Mpox are rashes of fever, sore throat, headache, muscle ache, back pain, low energy, and swollen limb.
Children, people with low immune system, men having sex with men, and those with multiple sex partners, including close family friends that are infected.
Remember, monkeypox has no cure, but is preventable. So if you or any member of your household observes any of the symptoms mentioned above, please go to the nearest hospital.
This message is from the River State Ministry of Health.
with SNB.
All right, we've been talking to IKENGA, UGOCHINYERE, all the way from Abuja. He's the man, he's spokesman for the opposition lawmakers, and he represents Idiato North-South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. All right, UGOCHINYERE, are you still there?
Yes.
All right, by way of concluding, let's summarize. The governor keeps saying that he's open to a peace negotiation. Don't you think we've gone past that now?
Well, peace at any given time is important for smooth running of the society. We should draw a line between madness, political greed, political blindness, political desperation. If somebody is saying that if you give him your liver or your kidney or your wife for a night, then there will be peace. At that moment, you get the person to bear with you. Those who he has preached and asked for peace from seems not to be interested in peace. They want war, they want destructions, they want to grab it, they want to perpetuate judicial and constitutional illegality in a bid to get what they want. At every given point, the governor has preached peace, lived for peace, offered for peace. That's why he went to the peace meeting. That's why he even went as far as withdrawing his own case. Now look at what they did. They stabbed him in the back. He withdrew his case as a mark of respect to the president, but the pro-Wike group went in the night and continued their own and got judgment. So you can see that governor has sacrificed so much for peace. He has sacrificed so much for peace. Preach for it. It does not mean that these people don't want to have monopoly for violence, because the entire river people, majority of them is with the government. So but look at what they did when their tenure expired in the local government. They illegally extended. He tolerated them until the tenure expired and they were removed. Look at what they did on the day of local government election. The night before, attempted to cut away the material, attempted to bomb and destroy things. Look at what they did on the day of election. Look at what they did even after the local government chairman had been sworn in. Then they went about warning the council headquarters. You still preach peace to such people who are willing to destroy, willing to allow lives to be lost. Look at the level of destruction, all because somebody is fighting for what does not belong to him. Look at what the destruction people of the past are going through. Because of one man, what is this contribution of crisis? Both in PDP, both in Rivers, crisis. If you truly love your people, why do you keep putting them in harm's way? Because you want to control the force of the state, that you don't have a factory that is producing here, you don't have anything, but you want to seize it. So right. Peace is necessary. But right. When a man is asking you for peace, that when you bring your wife for a night, it is left for you, because what they are asking Rivers people is to bring their wives for a night, and it's left for them to now say enough is enough, and that's what they are saying now, that this thing has to stop. Democracy has to be respected. Those guys are no longer lawmakers. It doesn't matter where you go to speak for injunction, it doesn't matter where you're getting. Rivers people saw the day they become, and their teeth has become vacant, and okay, Jumbo is bigger. And that the governor is not going anywhere. It is the people that elect. It doesn't matter your contribution to that election, but it cannot appropriate to you the power of democracy and the power of the people to choose.
All right, Honorable UGOCHINYERE, I'm afraid this is how much we can take because of time constraints. But we do believe that when you are in town, we'll get across to you and you come live to the RSTV studio so that we can talk more about all of these issues you have raised. Would that be okay? I will. So thank you so much. Honorable IKENGA UGOCHINYERE is a spokesman of the opposition lawmakers and the man who represents Idiato North-South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's how much we can take on this program. Join us again tomorrow and we shall bring you another guest. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Bye-bye for now.
Monkeypox or Mpox is an infectious disease caused by the monkeypox virus. It can cause a painful rash, enlarged lymph nodes, fever, headache, muscle ache, back pain, and low energy.
Mpox spread from an infected person to an uninfected person through skin-to-skin contact, kissing, sex, and contact with body fluids, including saliva.
Monkeypox can also be transmitted by sharing sharp objects and also from a mother to a child. during pregnancies and childbirth. It can also be transmitted by sharing clothes with an infected person.
Monkeypox can also be transmitted from an infected animal to humans. Contracting monkeypox during pregnancy can be dangerous to the fetus or unborn infant and can lead to pregnancy loss, stillbirth, death of the newborn, and complications for the mother.
Now, common symptoms of mpox are rashes, fever, sore throat, headache, muscle ache, back pain, low energy, and swollen limb.
Children, people with low immune system, men having sex with men, and those with multiple sex partners, including close family friends that are infected.
Remember, monkeypox has no cure but is preventable. So if you or any member of your household observes any of the symptoms mentioned above, please go to the nearest hospital.
This message is from the Rivers State Ministry of Health.
Stewardship with SNB. It's probing.